That is, He's refreshing. Not only is it a place to hide, but while you're hiding there, hey, it's a place of refreshing. It's a place of refreshing. Nothing better, hey, nothing better than be in a place where there's water. And He says in a dry place. And then He says, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Hey, you got water, you got shade, and you're protected. What better place do you need?
Amen.
You know, they tell you, I'm not big on camping. I like to camp in a hotel room. That's about as far as my camping goes. I camp in a hotel room. But times I've been, they tell you what to look for. You don't go get in a low place. You don't get near a river. I had some friends of mine in another church. They went camping, and so they got down there near the river and everything. The fellow said he woke up at night and he felt something under him, and it was the river. Started pouring down rain. The water come up, and water was running under their tents. Water was under all their tents. They had to get up in the middle of the night, start trying to get everything before it washed away, had to get up on higher ground. They got in a low place, and man, a big thunderstorm broke out that night, and just water was coming down. And like I said, he said it was running under their tents, and they're out there scrambling, getting soaking wet, trying to get everything up to get to higher ground. When you go camping, you try to find some place a little bit high, a place where there's water, a place especially if it's summertime, a place where there's shade. There's just things to look for. And see, Jesus Christ is all those things. Jesus Christ, He's not only a place to hide, He's a shelter, He's a place of refreshment, and He's a place of shadow. Let me show you something here. Go to Luke chapter 16. Luke chapter 16. He says, a man shall be as a hiding place. He said, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the wicked pass on or are destroyed. In Luke 16, we won't take time to read this story because you know the story. It's about the rich man and Lazarus. The Bible says there was a certain rich man, verse 19, was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. Sumptuously every day meant that he didn't have any needs. Didn't have any needs. He was well taken care of. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the rich man's from the crumb which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And the beggar died. It came to pass the beggar died and was buried by the angel, and carried by the angel to Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died, and he was buried. And in hell he lifted his eyes and he did torments, and see Abraham far off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Listen, that rich man went to hell. He didn't go to hell because he's rich. And Lazarus go to heaven because he's a beggar. Some people read that. That's why they think, well, if you're rich, there's no hope. And if you're poor, God has mercy on poor people. No, you don't go to heaven because you're poor. You don't go to hell because you're rich. You go to hell because you won't believe. And you go to heaven because you do believe on Jesus Christ.
Amen.
That rich man didn't foresee the evil. You know why he didn't see the evil? Like what happens to a lot of people. You know what the devil will do to a lot of people, especially today? The devil has put so many things out there for you to look at and to think about that you don't have time to think about dying. Now, preacher, you go around thinking, Robin asked me that the other day. She asked me about what it's going to be like when you die. What do you think? I said, I don't think about it. I don't think about dying. I mean, I know it's coming, and I know I'm ready, and that's enough for me. Amen. Yes. But she was trying to get me to understand about what it's going to be like right at the moment you die, and you wake up in heaven, and who you're going to see, what's it going to be like, But I said, most people don't like to think about dying. Most people don't like to think about death. Because number one, it's a sorrowful time. It can be a tragic time, especially if it involves a loved one. And so a lot of people don't like to think about it, and they put it off. And the only way I know not to think about it is to be saved.
Amen.
It's the only way I know not to think about it is to be. Hey, you're saved. I know I'm saved. I know I'm saved. Listen, and there's not a thing the devil can do about it. I know that I'm saved. I know that I'm going to heaven. I know that I'm going to heaven. And it's not because of anything I've done. It's because I know that I place my trust in Jesus Christ. Now listen. That prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself. All we need to make sure is that you're in the right hiding place. That people think, well, preacher, I was baptized, or I said a prayer, or I joined the church, or I did this. And they go through, well, somebody you're saved. I ask people they're saved, and you get all these crazy answers. Well, I go to church. Well, I pray. Well, I was baptized. Well, I was confirmed. Well, and they tell you all these things they did, but they never tell you that I believed on Jesus Christ, I'm personally saved. You see? And that's the only answer. Listen, if you're not saved, hey, that evil's coming down the road. That evil, that wickedness is coming down the road. And the Bible says, prudent man, he foreseeth it. And he hides himself. When I was little, we'll close right here. When I was little, I rode the bus. How many ever rode the bus? It is, ride the bus. I feel sorry people ride the bus. Especially if you're the first one to get on. If you're the first one to get on, you're the last one to get off. And you can spend a lot of time on the bus. Just wasted time. And I'm not against buses. I'm just, it's just to me, it's a lot of time that you can spend an hour on the bus riding around. I watched kids get on the bus at 6 o'clock in the morning. I thought, great day, that poor child. I had to ride that bus. School don't take up to 8 and they get on the bus at 6 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, I remember when I'd get on the bus, I had a brother. My brother was 3 years older than me, Roger. And when you're little, 3 years can make a big difference. When you get older, it's not any difference. But when you're little, 3 years is a big difference. And I remember getting on that bus. I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to worry about getting me a seat. I didn't have to worry about anybody bothering me. How kids like doing the bus, pick on you and stuff like that. I had to worry about it. You know why? Because I had Roger. If somebody didn't move, Roger moved. If someone bothered me, he bothered them. I had it made, man. I wasn't worried about anything on that bus. There wasn't anything that Roger could take care of. And Roger had a fuse about that long. He'd go from 0 to 60 in a split second. Boom, and he was there. He didn't take time. He wasn't one of these slow bowlers. You ever have people that are slow bowlers that just keep on building up? My brother, he just exploded right off the bat. He's still like that. He's saved. But man, he still gets 0 to 60. He's 50. Let's see, he'll be 58 this year. He'll be 58. But he's still like that, man. Boom, man, he'll get 60 mile an hour heartbeat. I heard being on that bus, his boys bothering me. Hey, my brother bothered him. That took care of it. Boy, we get out of the way. My brother knocked him out of the way. So that's what big brothers are for. That's what they're for. That's what I told Jeremiah when he was little. You take care of Ben. So you bother Ben, you bother them. You see? And I told them to take care of Hannah. If you bother Hannah, you take care of them. That's just the way it ought to be. My boys, I never bother anybody. I told my boys, don't you bother anybody. So when I bothers you, you get help. Get help. That's what brothers are for. That's what the Lord's for.
Amen.
Somebody bothers me, devil bothers me, I got a big brother.
Amen.
He'll come right to you. Sometimes the devil will bother you, you just got to get over there where you can hide. You got to get away from that, you got to get away from that. Hey, he'll take care of you. He'll be there for you. Hey, you know what? I call my brother right now if I needed something. My brother, you know what he'd do? He'd do whatever if he could do it, he'd help. I call him right now. I could call him right now. He's in church. I'm preaching. He's in church listening. He's a deacon. He's a deacon in the church there. But hey, I know I can depend on him. You see, me and him's always got along. We got along before he got saved, and after he got saved, we really got along. You know. And that's what I'm saying to you. Hey, know that you're saved, that you got